Hello, lovely people. I had this document published everywhere in every single Facebook group, and I did realize that I had never mentioned it in not even one of my videos. So basically, this video was going to be about a guide, kind of a guide that I compiled from all the information available online on the internet. So this, I called it CAD which is Car Audio Tuning Beginner's Ultimate Guide. So this is a tuning guide that encompasses everything that I did in my videos, but this is just in a format of a document, not a series. So I will link this document in the video description so you can download it. It's free to download, free to use, distribute, do whatever you want. If you have any suggestions or anything, if you want to change anything, just contact me, and on the next revision is going to be changed. So in this video, I'm just gonna go run through this guide very quickly, just to explain how to use it, what is in there, and what it's all about. So I have table of contents, introduction, basically tells you what is this guide about, where all the information is taken from, and basically who made it. Now, very quick introduction, why we need to tune, and then we go straight into the gear. So in the beginning, I'm talking about microphones, how to choose a microphone, what kind of microphones there are, what types of microphones, what are the most popular microphones. Then if you choose an XLR microphone, what is the advantage of them? And with those, you'll need an audio interface or a card. So there's a section about those, some recommendations as well, and the software that is used in this guide. So in this guide, I use exclusively REW, and for impulse response, I use Home Impulse. So these are the two main programs that I'm using, and I'm talking about alternatives as well. Then before you start actually tuning, before you jumping into RW, you need to make sure that all the settings in the Windows, or in my case, I'm using Windows laptop, so I just need to make sure that all the settings in Windows are correct. And I have screenshots with highlighted places where you should look at or where you should click. Then you have to add your microphone calibration file, where to find it, what is it, that kind of stuff. And then you're gonna jump into REW, the main settings. About this, I made a video about these settings in depth, so you can check it out. I think it's one video previously. Then some other settings. Apologize, I'm still a bit ill. Pink noise, what is it, where to get it, how to generate the pink noise using REW, and then some theory about the measurements, because I think that you should understand actually what you're doing and not just click blindly. And this is just a theory why we do what we do while we tune our cars, because tuning a car is different than tuning a home audio stereo system. So sweeps versus RTA, what is the difference, when we can use sweeps, when we need to use RTA, spatial averaging versus single mic position with examples, what is the difference between them, and then again, some stuff, what to look at, what we can ignore, what to check. And then some theory about crossovers, the purpose of the crossover. The very big part is electrical versus acoustical crossovers, because they're not the same. There's a big difference between them. How to choose, why do we use 24 dB Linkwitz-Riley crossovers, a little bit about speaker beaming, and then how to generate individual target curves with Jazzy's tuning guide. So all the programs, all the links are linked in this document in the very beginning. So you can find them to download for free. Or everything that is used in this document is for free, apart from the microphone and the actual gear. And then we jump straight into EQ. So what is EQ? How to EQ? Cutting versus boosting. So we shouldn't be scared of boosting stuff. And how to read the frequency response graphs, what matters and what doesn't matter, how to use auto EQ in REW to help you out, how to choose a target line, and how to, most importantly, import the EQ settings into Helix software, which is a massive time saver. If you don't have a Helix, if you have a different processor, this has to be done manually, like entering every single EQ band by hand. But with Helix, you have an import function, so you can do that. Little note about smoothing. Then after the EQ, when you've done all the EQ work, you level match the drivers. So my main tip is to use very high smoothing to level match the drivers, and yeah, check for clipping. And then after the EQ comes time alignment. So again, a little bit of theory about time alignment. Why is it needed? And what do I use for time alignment? So I use an loop back method with an XLR microphone, and I'm measuring impulse response with a home impulse. So again, a little bit about what is impulse response, where to place the microphone, what is the loop back, how to make it. And then this is like a manual for home impulse response. And again, you have all the places highlighted, where to tick, what to choose, what settings to use, that kind of stuff, how to make the actual impulse response measurements, and how to interpret them. So adjust the timing to match the time and the phase of the drivers. So there's a lot of theory, a lot of practice, what to match, what after what to do first, what second. And after everything is done, after time alignment, you're just checking for summation. And if you did everything correctly, everything should be perfect. And after that is just some adjustment by ear using some like, for example, Emma tracks. And yeah, at the very end, you have all the information sources that were used in making this guide. So you can follow the links if you want to read some more. There's some YouTube channels as well, check out. And yeah, so use this guide. If you like it, comment. If you don't like it, comment even more and tell me what you don't like. So there we have a group on Facebook. It's called RTA in Cars. You can check that out as well, because we have a separate section in that group about time alignment without this specific gear that is used in this guide. So you can, in this guide, I did say that it's impossible to do proper time alignment with impulse response using a USB microphone, and I was corrected. It's not correct. You can do impulse response with a USB microphone. It's a bit tricky. We have a guide on that group how to do it, and I'm planning to include that guide into version 2 of the cat bug. So yeah, use this guide and comment if you like it, if you don't like it. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.